it's Christine. How are ya? This is me. This is how I look every day when I'm scrapbooking. I have long curly hair. These curls are natural. Um, and so this is my second time recording because I recorded a whole video with my head cut off, and the whole point was to show your face, right? So here I go. Hi, Sybil. Hi, everyone on YouTube that I adore. All right, first thing is random is I'm a mother of two boys, Matthew and Lucas. My first son, Brandon, passed away after 24 hours of labor. Um, he had a really severe bad heart condition, deformed heart, and he died during open heart surgery. And so when I had Matthew a year later, I was just really so excited to be a mom, and it's probably the biggest accomplishment I've ever done, and I'm still doing it. Then 8 years after that, I got pregnant again with twins. One of the twins did not make it. Also heart problems. Lucas did survive, and he's a miracle, and I love him to death. So I have a grown young man who is going to be 20 years old, and then I have an 11-year-old. Yeah, what was I thinking? But anyway. So it's challenging. So that's one random thing about me. That's my first passion, being a mom. The second thing is I was a middle child, grew up in Manhattan, New York City, Harlem. I was one of 6 children. My mom raised 2 other children, so we had 8 children in the household in a 3-bedroom apartment in Manhattan. It was very cramped. I did not enjoy it. So most of my childhood I did not enjoy because I don't like crowded. I don't like a lot of people. Yeah, so. So my third thing is I love people and I love helping people. And so I started a meetup in New York, and I used to teach cricket classes, and I taught craft classes, and I taught it because God blessed me with it when I was having a hard time in my life. And so I am, by God's grace, a teacher, and not because I have a degree in teaching, but I teach children's church, and I teach craft classes. I probably teach everybody. I was at Wendy's the other day, and I was literally 5 people came into the new Wendy's. We have a really nice Wendy's here, and they couldn't figure out the soda machine because it's all digital and computerized. Awesome. And I taught 5 people. I would get up from my chair and teach them how to use the machine. And I laugh because that's just me. So anyway, yeah, I'm really blessed, and I love that about myself. So YouTube is natural, I guess, because I love YouTube. I love learning from other people and sharing. So that was my third thing. My fourth thing is I was scrapbooking for 8 years alone, and then I started having friends and everything. Then I learned late in life, probably my 30s, which is quite some time ago, that I do not like, I like going to crops, but I cannot scrapbook with people next to me. And I know that's so terrible because I love people, but I just can't scrapbook with them. Sorry. And so I've gone to crops, and I love going to crops, except at a crop I'll bring my things and set it all up, and I'll sit there and talk or look at my things or reorganize my things, but I will never, almost ever, I don't know, I don't hardly do any pages. That's so terrible. It's like a social thing for me. And so yeah, I love crops. I actually had some scrappy time with my friend today, and I had a really good time on the computer. How cool is that? Yeah, so big crops, not my cup of tea to create in. Alone, yeah, I do a really good job doing it alone. So that was my fourth thing, right? I think that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. My fifth thing is, my fiance. About a year and a half ago, I met up through Facebook with my first boyfriend when I was 15 years old. He was my first boyfriend. We only held hands. He'd walk me home from school. It was really, really sweet. I always thought about him, how he was doing and everything. And he found me a year and a half ago on Facebook. And We were dating, and then I moved here to Florida. He was not ready to move, so we kind of split up for a couple of months. And he recently came here about 4 weeks ago, and he asked me to marry him on New Year's Day. And I said yes. So that's a random thing. I just got engaged. My little guy's so cute. He's like, "Oh yay, 2 months, you're gonna have a wedding, mom." That was funny. But anyways, if anybody, just so you could know me, I got divorced a long time ago. It was an abusive relationship, and it took me many, many years for God to heal my heart, and I never thought I would be married. But I'm so happy that I met him, George, and he's right for me. And now I know after so many years why nothing ever worked out, because he is so made for me, and I'm excited, and I would totally marry him tomorrow. So yeah, that's another random thing. I'm now engaged. I think most of my family almost fell over when they heard that word from me. And my crafty thing. Hmm. I love vintage, and I love repurposing things. But I think what I um, love the most is using what I have, because for 2 years I was just shopping and shopping and shopping and buying and buying and buying. And so recently I was able to, God um, has shown me through my being unemployed that I have so much. When I started scrapbooking maybe 15, 18 years ago, there was nothing. We only had staples. There was no Michaels or anything. And so I love using what I have. I get really excited when I pull out an old paper pad, or I do something and I create something, and I kind of have adult ADD, so my projects are all over the place, but that's okay. It's part of the creative process, and that's what I love the most. So that's my crafty thing, that I love using what I have, and I'm glad that God has shown me that I need to use what I have and be thankful for it. So I think that ends my interview. Possible? I don't know. So anyway, Sybil, thanks so much for this challenge. I really am enjoying seeing people's faces. There's so many people I've met and been blessed to meet. Sybil, you're one of them, and you really helped me out in a hard time in my life, and I will be forever grateful to you. And you're a dear, dear friend to me, and I love you to pieces. And the miles don't mean anything, and it is possible to not ever meet somebody and just really get along with them and love them and form a relationship. So, Sybil, thank you so much. Thanks for this challenge. There's so many new girls here that I met and that I'm having a great time with, and I'm excited to get to know them. And it's so fun to see their faces now, Sybil. So, thank you so much. Happy birthday, Sybil. May God bless you and bring you all the desires of your heart. And thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.